Hey, this is Stafford Conley again. Still reading 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Great book. Law number two. Just want to give you a quick synopsis and just go into that a little bit. Law number two is never put too much trust in friends and learn how to use enemies. And this is a great chapter. Shoot, this could have been law number one, to be honest with you. A lot of times we trust our friends to death. We love them, we love them, we love them, we love them. And then when they're down in luck, we want to help them. And we have a position of power, and we say, oh, you know what? Why don't you come work for me? And that turns into the biggest nightmare that we could have ever imagined. Because, and I kind of knew a little bit of this, but in reading the book, it kind of shed some light on it. Because when you hire your friend is your friend. And number one rule of friends, most friends, is not to hurt your friends' feelings. So a lot of times they're laughing at your jokes when they're not funny. They're supporting you on different outfits and style when it's not good. They're doing things that friends do to make you feel better about yourself, but they're not being brutally honest. And when you're in business, you need somebody to be brutally honest with you. It doesn't help you to have a yes man. And so you hiring your friend now, one, there may be a little animosity from your friend because they think they're a charity case. Because really they may not be qualified. You're hiring them because they're your friend. So in a certain way, they have it in the back of their mind that, hey, he hired me just because we're friends, but am I really that qualified? So now you were doing them a favor, and all of a sudden they have this thought in the back of their head like, hey, I'm a charity case. And now they have this animosity towards you for doing them a favor. So one of the things it talks about in that chapter is turning your enemies into your friends. Because now when you have an enemy that you have spared or you haven't killed or you haven't turned against or you did them a favor, now your enemy is in the position where they see you in a different light and they want to do everything they can to show their loyalty to you, to show that they can be trusted. And so sometimes it's better to bring your enemies up and allow them to work in a capacity to help you. And one example of this that I just thought of was when President Obama, he was running against Hillary Clinton. They were the biggest of enemies when they were running against each other. But then he turns around and makes her the Secretary of State during his first administration. Now that is law number two of 48 Laws of Power in full effect right there. Because you had these people were scratching each other nail and throat, and I mean they were just out to kill each other during the race. I mean they're throwing barbs at each other, saying all kinds of things to just make each other look bad. And then after he wins the election, he turns around and gives her biggest role of responsibility ever in her life. And that's really, I mean, simply put, that's making your enemy into a champion for you. These people did not, I mean, it appeared to me they didn't really care for each other too much when they were running against each other. And now what he did was make his biggest enemy into one of his most trusted advisors. And so now she is bound and determined to prove her worth to him and turn into one of his biggest, strongest allies. And so that's law number two in a nutshell there. I mean, this is just a powerful book. And you can take these things and use them in your life. And maybe you wouldn't be in some of the situations that you get in as far as with friends, with enemies. And sometimes you can't trust your friends as much as you think you can. Sometimes your friends are not really your friends. And I mean, that's one of the big lessons of that chapter. So if you have friends that you approach with a business opportunity, or friends that you hired to work in your business, and they're not doing what you thought they would do, or they say to you, oh man, when you were my friend, or when we were before, I never knew you this mean and this and that and the other. Business is business. Okay, you have to separate the friendship. And the same goes for when you're in business and you have people working with you, for you. If you want them to work at their peak and optimum level, you need to keep that friendship to the side and keep the business, because otherwise you're going to create a situation whereby you have somebody who is a business associate that is now taking advantage of the fact that you're friends and not doing the job that they were paid to do. And when they're not doing a job that they are paid to do, and it's your dollar that's paying them, you're losing money. Okay, so that's law number 2 of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's a great book, and I'll see you next time. I'll give you a brief summary of law number 3. All right, to your success. This is Stafford Conley. I'm out.